Hey guys, welcome to XCOM Chimera Squad. It's been a while since I've last featured XCOM related content on this channel, but today I've got an excuse to dip back into the series with the spin-off releasing earlier. This channel actually started because of XCOM many eons ago, and I've completed numerous playthroughs of both modded vanilla and War of the Chosen. So if you're new to XCOM, maybe this is your first time visiting this channel, maybe you joined my channel after my XCOM days were finished. Hopefully this game or this video will pique your interest because I think it's quite a brilliant series. I've really enjoyed my time. I've sunk many hours into it. If it does pique your interest, please feel free to check out some of my older playthroughs if you wanted to just find out more about the mainline series. But XCOM Chimera Squad isn't part of the mainline series, it's a spin-off, so it's got a few new gameplay elements, so I'm looking forward to experiencing a different, fresh take on the XCOM formula. So far I've only run through the tutorial just to familiarize myself with what's going on and get back into the spirit of XCOM, but I will be running through the tutorial again just so I can share it all with you guys. So let's get into it. I will be playing on Expert. Sorry guys, I won't be playing Impossible. I'm sure there are many other capable XCOM players out there playing, but I will be playing on Expert, not just because I'm not confident that I can beat the game, but I can't enable the tutorial on Impossible difficulty, and I'd like to run through that just with you guys. Iron Man, however, I will be enabling Iron Man play with a single save that is updated automatically as you progress through the game. Failed missions must be restarted. In an Iron Man game, your choices and their consequences are permanent. So if we fail a mission, we've got to start all over again, or start the mission again, I think. What happens when we fail the strategic layer, I'm not quite sure. I think we just have to start the game again. That's fine. We've got hardcore. Failing any mission results in total campaign loss. The campaign save is deleted upon failure and cannot be continued. I'm not going to be enabling that. I don't want my playthrough to only last 3 episodes if it comes to that, so I'm not quite at that level. Maybe for a stream or something one day. Extended City Anarchy will decrease the strategic difficulty of the game. That can be explained later on. Tutorial will enable that. Show subtitles, enable that. Heal between encounters, we'll set it at half heal. I think that sort of makes sense to me, and allows us to reset every time we do an encounters. What are encounters? Well, we'll find out in the tutorial. Enough gabbing, let's go! You may have noticed already there's a bit of a different presentation style, which I think is quite neat.
2 minutes out.
Hey, Godmother. Is this like the old days? XCOM swooping in and taking it to the bad guys?
I wouldn't know. I spent most of the war training resistance networks.
Like mine. And for your many, long years of service.
Watch it.
XCOM attaches you to an untested squad and pushes it into the field before it's ready. How is this not like the old days?
She's
I'm
not
just
wrong.
happy to be here.
Send
I missed
rookies out.
during the war. Wish I could have pulled my weight.
For which side, exactly?
I find that very hurtful.
Sure thing, Advent.
Ooh,
We are through the checkpoint.
got tensions
I was
already.
never actually Advent.
But they were fitting you for a blocky helmet.
Stow it, both of you. We're here. 3-1 PD gave us the all clear. Grab your gear and prepare to move in.
Right, so the idea is this is taking place a couple of years after XCOM 2 finishes, with a victory, thankfully.
Whisper, what's your status?
I'll continue
And
after
what's
this, I
Verge's
guess.
ETA?
Comms are working, obviously. Verge is en route.
How? Verge can't drive.
He hailed the cap.
To a hostage situation?
Focus. Whisper, any surprises in the next room?
A handful of hostiles, unaware of your approach.
Chimera Squad, take positions. Prep for breach.
Well, I hope Verge tips his driver generously. Now, this takes place a couple of years after XCOM 2 finishes with a victory. We've got obviously some aliens and humans trying to peacefully coexist, and we've got basically Chimera Squad acting as a sort of law enforcement operating within City 31, which is supposed to be a model city where hopefully cohabitation works successfully. We've got some established characters as well, so there will be no real customization of characters like in the mainline series, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Anyway, breaching. Chimera Squad begins every mission by setting up at breach points to get the jump on enemies. Preview the enemy presence at each breach point and modifiers that will be applied, then assign agents to the available slots to determine the order they'll enter the fight. So, we're starting off with 3 agents. We've got the main door as a breach point. So let's select our agents. We've got Cherub, Godmother, and Terminal. Obviously 3 spots for 3 agents. That's them preparing to go inside. So you'll see there's a modifier under main door. As we get more breach points, we'll have different modifiers for each one. This one in particular has 3 defense, I'm guessing. Pinpoint. Successful shots on enemies will crit. Excellent. Just what we need. Are we ready? Squad, let's move in.
Stay behind me.
Here we go. Right, breach targeting. So once we get in, each unit will have a chance to fire on enemies. Here we got breach targeting. Cycle through available targets with tab and left shift, then use selected ability with enter. So we've got different troopers that we can target. We've got our shot percentage back up and running, which is great. Let's breach fire at this target. Nice. Crit. 4 damage, of course. That was our modifier. We got 100% to hit, which is also great. Response level alert. Alert enemies will use an ability at the end of the breach sequence, so we kind of want to prioritize killing alert troopers. Let's breach fire here. Done. 5 damage. Surprise enemies receive a defense penalty and won't react during the breach sequence, which just makes them susceptible for gunfire. See you later. Boom, just like
Hello.
that.
I am Mayor Nightingale.
Is that our hostage?
Welcome to City 31's Memorial Museum.
It's just a recording.
As I often say, the lessons from our past inform the present.
Blah, blah, blah. History.
Focus.
So we're in a museum commemorating the alien invasion. Great. Turns and moving. Agents and enemies take their turns one at a time. Their current place in the turn order can be seen on the unit flag above their head and next to their portrait in the timeline, which both update after each turn. So this is what's a big change from the mainline XCOM series. In the mainline, you get all your turns and then the enemy gets all their turns. Here, you're alternating in the timeline. Each character has their place in the turn order, and we'll obviously adjust our strategy. We can't just go for an alpha strike anymore, which is where you try and kill all enemies you can on your turn so you didn't have anyone to deal with. So let's see how this will change things. Agents have 2 action points each turn to use for movement, shooting, or abilities. Look for a blue shield to move into cover for defensive bonuses before shooting, or move out to flank the enemy for a better chance to hit. Alrighty, well, as with the main XCOM series, we've got half shields and full shields for half cover and full cover respectively. Each one will give you a defense bonus. I'm sorry if I'm kind of repeating what XCOM is all about. I'm just presuming there'll be some people new to the XCOM series and, well, new to XCOM Chimera Squad as well. So, we're in control of Cherub right now. Trooper 2 is next in the turn order, which is this guy here. Want to try and see if we can take him out, if possible, because that will prevent him from obviously taking a turn. So we're kind of half alpha striking at this point. Let's move Cherub somewhere where he can see him first off. We can't get a shot for now. I might just move him back here. Just get him out of the way.
Found a better
be
position.
A flank, so we'll see what our shot percentage is. We could shoot trooper number 4, which is great. But I want to just take a shot at Mr. Trooper 2 here. 56% shot, which means I'm likely to hit in XCOM statistics, but we'll try it out anyway. Wow, what do you know? Cherub making a name for himself straight off the bat. He's like, no, you know what? Pick this. I'm going to take the shot, and I'm going to kill him. Right, Trooper 2 is next. We've got Terminal. Fortunately, she doesn't have a shot here, but this is a flanking shot, which means he's not in cover, which gives us a much better chance to hit him. We're in half cover here, so to flank us he'll have to come all the way out here, so this is somewhat defensible. Let's take a shot. 74%. I mean, I'm not holding my breath here. Oh, a graze. Unfortunate damage roll. Hopefully this will protect us. Okay, there we go. Miss. Perfect. You're standing in a very bad spot, my friend, and considering we've got 3 turns to take you down, I actually don't mind going right beside you.
Where? Oh, I see.
Do you, though? I'm actually not visible from your position. Right. Say your prayers. Basically an execution.
You see this?
Huh. Interesting.
Oh, we got more tangos. Hello.
Contact!
Come on, guys. Eyes up.
Clear.
Glad, Verge, who's the sectoid here,
Verge? What took you so long?
made it in time.
Had to unpack a breaching charge.
Good man.
Not exactly.
You know what I mean.
I always do.
So creepy. Don't ever change.
Verge, form up. Any hostiles in the next room?
Yes, I can feel them.
Okay, well, these guys obviously need some bonding time. So now that encounter is done, this is where we heal up and reload, which is what we could choose in the initial menu. Multiple breach points and turn order. Some encounters offer more than one breach point with different risks and benefits. Consider whether to split the squad or send them all through the same location. Agents entering from the same breach point will enter the encounter together and be closer in the timeline. The order the breach points will enter is shown next to their name and can be changed using the arrows. So now we've got a penalty associated with one of our breach points. This one, closely watched enemies deal +1 damage during the breach, and we got Seal the Deal. Last unit through this entrance does +3 damage during the breach. Alrighty. We can change which ones go first as well. So I want to go through the side door first, because I want to take out any potential threats that may deal extra damage. Let's choose who goes through. Now I noticed Cherub actually does less damage than the others because he's got a riot shield and a pistol compared to a shotgun, rifle, etc. Actually, I don't know what Verge has as of this moment, but I'll get Cherub in through last. Let's get Godmother in first, followed by Cherub, so you can do the extra damage. Unfortunately, we do have to tie people with each breach point. We can't, just all go through one door or just forfeit going through the main door. Someone has to go through it. So we'll send Terminal in. Actually, I might replace Godmother with Verge, because he's got less health. I don't want him taking extra damage. And Shrub. So A's go up top, humans down below. Are we ready? Let's breach.
We shall move in.
Go, go, go!
It's go time!
Right, so side door goes first. Who do we want to shoot? We've got a surprise trooper, got an alert trooper, and an alert trooper down below. Let's go for the alert trooper. He's got 3 to 5 damage, so he's got a rifle. Oh, nice shot. A crit, no less. Not liking our chances on the 50-50, even though he's on alert. I don't want to waste this +1 damage. Let's go for the surprise trooper. Nice. Okay, 100%, 92, 81 on aggressive. Aggressive enemies will shoot at XCOM if they aren't neutralized during the breach sequence. Definitely want to get rid of this guy. Go for it. Nice shot. And I suppose we just finish up with a 100%. Let's go for this guy. He's closer to cover than this one is, so maybe the other one won't make it. I mean, he's surprised as well, so he's actually not going to move. So let's get rid of this guy. Damn. Full cover, protecting him. That's unfortunate. He's doing something, I guess. Agent abilities. Each agent has a unique ability they can use every turn, eventually gaining more abilities from their class and equipment. Most agents also have the Subdue ability, a non-lethal attack that is low damage but guaranteed to hit. Use it to earn additional rewards and for certain mission objectives. Cherub uses the Charged Bash ability instead of Subdue. Okay, so we can subdue enemies, which knocks them out. Guaranteed to hit, but not much damage. So it does 2 to 3 damage. Guaranteed to hit, we'll have to move towards them to do it. This guy, he's a prime candidate for a subdual, but I think we'll leave him for now. I kind of want to get rid of... Oh, actually no, he is next to the turn order. Let's go after him. I'm not a big fan of knocking him out in the open, actually, so I might just take him out with a shot. Let's be safe rather than sorry. Okay, now Cherub is here. He's got Kinetic Shield and Charged Bash. That's 3 damage guaranteed. Okay. Let's go for a flank.
I'm moving.
66%. Goodness me. Even though we're on the high ground and we got a flank, because he's hunkered down, I'm guessing. It looks like he is. Alright, give it a shot. Nice, right in the asshole. Perfect. Now, you're lucky last, my friend. Out in the open, I like that. So let's move to full cover. 73%. Whoa. We haven't had any bad rolls in terms of shot percentages, just the damage roll at the beginning. Decent start, team.
Set up the breaching charge.
Maybe we should have played
I
on
do
Impossible.
like to make an entrance.
Then again, this is the tutorial. Level 1, if you will. Breach mode. Some breach points can only be accessed with special equipment or abilities. Once an agent with the required asset is in the first slot, other agents can then be assigned. Okay, so some people have to actually go first. So Cherub has the breaching charge. He'll go first. Explosive entrance. All non-aggressive enemies guarding this entrance are surprised. Perfect. No one will be alert. Stack up. Let's go.
Hold. Hostage confirmed in the next room.
Uh-oh.
We need more than that.
3-1 PD has a live feed. Patching through.
If you surrender, I will advocate leniency.
There's our hostage, the mayor.
Enough. This exhibit. It is about XCOM's role in our liberation.
I see you read the placard.
It doesn't say how they went soft and got weak. Now, it's up to us to light the spark.
Well,
He's holding a
Godspeed.
detonator.
Go, now!
We're about to spark things up
How's
ourselves.
this for an entrance?
There we go. Right, what do we have? We've got 5 enemies in sight. Surprise, surprise, alert, alert, alert. Okay, so they actually still go on alert. There's just no aggressive enemies. Ooh, our alert enemies are not really reachable. So let's do a 3 to 4 damage on this surprise trooper here. 3 damage. Perfect. I just realized we've actually got breach fire and cover rush. Gain bonus defense and dodge until the agent's first turn, but they won't fire. So don't want that. We've got the shotgun here with Godmother, so let's fire this way. Oh, 7 damage. He's surprised with 1 health. I think we can just leave him. Let's focus on the alerts. Nice shot. And 1 more. Go on this one. Wow. Chimera Squad is just on point right now. It's amazing. Okay, he's hunkering down. Cool.
Mayor Nightingale, I'll protect you.
There's another guy back there. What? I thought he was hunkering down.
Cherub
Whoa!
is down.
Terminal, stabilize him.
On it.
Verge, with me. Protect the mayor.
Okay, surely
Confirmed.
that's part of the tutorial. Yeah, okay. I think. Bleeding out. Agents that lose all their HP will begin bleeding out over several turns, indicated by the number in the timer. The mission will fail unless the agent bleeding out is saved with the stabilize ability, or the encounter is completed before the timer expires. So, in Chimera Squad, you actually have to stabilize a unit. If someone dies, it's actually game over, so... Use the stabilize ability. Do we have to do that now? I'd rather not. He's got 2 turns, I'm guessing, before he dies, so let's clear out the area. It did say we have until the encounter is finished as well, as a way of protecting him. So he's got until the 3rd turn. He's only got 1 health as well. And I've got a shotgun. I actually kind of want to use it on this guy. He's got quite a lot of health. He's last in the turn order. So let's go this way. Blast is full. Hoping for a crit. Not quite. But he's almost down. Okay. Can we be cheeky? Knock this guy down.
Another collar for the men.
Right. Awesome. He's actually going next. And well, I'd like to take him down. He's only got 1 health after all. Go! Oh, actually, and then this guy's moving next.
Subdued the hostile.
Oh dear. We're right in the open here. Oh, What a cake shot that was. Cherub's still bleeding out. We've got one turn to save him. But I think we're going to be fine. Because this trooper made a grand mistake. I guess we took out his leader and he just had no idea what the hell to do. Sorry, pal. I kind of wanted to arrest him just because of his bumbling mistake.
Cherub,
We should have done that.
Are you still with us?
Yeah, I think so. Only thing injured is my pride.
And
Okay,
your
good.
diaphragm. And a few ribs.
None of this should have happened.
Most people say thank you.
I'm grateful, of course. But these people don't have the capability for any of this.
Yeah, I think we witnessed that
Explain.
firsthand.
I read their threat assessment. A month ago, these insurgents were all talk and no capability.
A month
The
ago.
greatest threat they posed was to bottles of alcohol.
Why tell us? Why now?
City 31 shows the world how humans, hybrids, and aliens can keep a lasting peace. I'm the public face of this. Tonight, someone wanted what I represent to go up in flames.
Seems.
We're not in town for local intrigue.
I know, but right now you're the only ones I'm certain are fighting for that same peace. Can I
Jeez.
count on your support?
A lot of faith
Yes,
in her
ma'am.
constituents. You guys are the only ones who want this to succeed. Well, sorry other citizens around here. Operation Austere Goblet. Crisis at the museum. Whisper here. Head back to base. We're going to need to debrief. Only Cherub was gravely wounded. That's our stats. From 2 captured enemies, there's a 40% chance to earn 20 intel. Good rating. Perfect. I mean, that was just the tutorial after all, so... Mayor's rescued.
Package delivered to 31 PD.
She truly believes what she says.
That's why she's in charge.
Not too shabby for our first official mission.
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Celebrate before a mission is complete. It's
Oh god, I was about to say.
It's bad luck.
Well, shit.
Tonight, Mayor Nightingale perished in an explosion at City 31's Memorial Museum. The identity of her assailants is unknown at this time. The City Council asks citizens to remain...
So she gets vaporized the same day XCOM sends Chimera Squad to our city? Hear
Sick
that
dude with a
voice in your
suit.
head? That's me telling you to wake up!
Despite opposition, Mayor Nightingale's deciding vote brought the Reclamation Agency to the city. Without her support, Chimera Squad's continued presence is an open question.
Well, we're not very popular, are we? Goodness. We're
Welcome
gonna
home,
need
Chimera
someone
Squad.
on PR.
The director wants to speak with us.
thanks for getting the mayor killed. Also, you're fired.
That's not helpful.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I'll patch the call through when you're ready.
I followed your action at the museum and its aftermath.
Director Kelly.
Director Kelly, I take full responsibility for what happened.
Is that Jane
Stop.
Kelly?
I sent you to City 31 because I believed you were ready. Tonight, you surpassed my expectations. 31
Great,
PD
thank you.
requested help within 3 hours of your arrival in the city. You answered immediately. Going in, you were under-equipped and down an agent. You adapted, as we trained you to do. And let's not forget, you rescued the mayor. You delivered her to safety as the city requested.
We delivered her
Don't
to
blame
an
yourself
incinerator,
for an
really.
outcome you couldn't control. Instead, let's focus on what's next.
I set up the map table. Ready when you are.
Head over there. I'll hold.
Alright. Right, there is a critical target waiting on the city map. Okay, well, let's have a look at the city map. then.
Welcome to City 31. During Advent's occupation, the city was a fortress supporting an active starport. 5 years after XCOM won the war,
5
it's
years.
home to aliens, hybrids, and humans alike. There's new industry, self-government, and local agriculture to support the varied populations. Against all odds, this city thrived after the war. There were no retributive attacks.
Until tonight.
We don't know that. Not yet. But we can find out. 31 PD requested our help sifting through evidence at the Memorial Museum. They lost good officers today. Give them what they need and see what we can learn.
Understood. Okay. City 31 map. The map is where we see the status of City 31 and any current targets we can send our squad to respond to. Chimera Squad can respond to 1 target per day, after which the day automatically advances. Okay. So, well, there's only 1 target here. So actually, we've got Angler's Point, Riverside, Renova Heights, Highland Square, the Stacks, Old Town, the Fringe, Switchyard, and Downtown. Memorial Museum Aftermath. Let's view the situation. 3-1 PD needs help pouring through the aftermath of tonight's attack. Mayor Nightingale's death has the city on edge. Let's do what we can to help. Send APC. It'll automatically advance the day. Cool, that's good to know. Is there anything else that I can view? Probably not, because the city map's the only thing I can see here. So let's resolve the situation. We've done what we can to aid 3-1 PD. Commissioner Malouf passed along her thanks for helping her officers bear the weight of this attack. Cool.
Your work with 3-1 PD opened a few doors. Here's what we know. A crude plasma bomb killed the mayor. The insurgents had no access to materials for that.
Does that mean they had outside help?
Don't tell me it was
Most
Tiger.
likely. There are 3 groups in City 31 with access to this kind of ordnance.
Progeny, Grey Phoenix, and Sacred Coil. Choose a faction to be the investigation target. The target faction cannot be changed until it's resolved. So we got the Progeny, a loose network of human scions. Their vision for City 31's future is entirely psionic, whether the city wants it or not. Maybe it's like a splinter group of the Templars. Grey Phoenix, an organization of alien scavengers. They have quietly amassed the kind of weaponry Reclamation has mandated to recover. And we got Sacred Coil, an underground religious movement for hybrids. They preach salvation, but only to those who once fought XCOM. They've got chrysalids on their side. We're not going that way. Let's investigate Grey Phoenix. They seem likely to have that kind of weaponry. Makes sense to me.
Grey Phoenix is a group of primarily muton scavengers operating in the city.
Mutons?
Recently,
Oh no.
they've armed themselves with highly restricted weaponry. That puts them on our radar.
Director, these are local criminals. Isn't that 3-1 PD's jurisdiction?
Yeah, we're above
True.
this, man.
The Reclamation Agency supports local police, but we're also required to recover dangerous material.
From those who would do the world harm, and each of those groups is neck deep in the stuff. So what next?
Focus on a single group. Investigate, dismantle their operations, and take them down.
Meanwhile, we look for any links to the mayor's death. Either way, a dangerous organization is off the streets.
Makes sense to me.
Exactly. The city wants justice for Mayor Nightingale. This is how we help them achieve it.
So did she choose that surname? Because she's an alien? Probably. Tackling investigations. Every investigation has 3 stages. Groundwork. From this first mission, learn about the faction and their methods. Operations. Hidden missions. That must be revealed, then completed to knock out the faction's main plans. Take down. Stop their final attack and end their threat to City 31. So each faction is probably planning something, then, and we're going to have to take them out. Okay. Awesome. So we need to investigate them first. Investigate Grey Phoenix. We need to know more about Grey Phoenix before we can proceed with our investigation. Faction overview. An organization of alien scavengers. We've seen that. Investigation opened on the 2nd of March. Grey Phoenix leadership have exceptional technical capabilities. Their extensive local connections suggest time in City 31 before the war. So they've been around for quite some time. Alright, now we've got more rooms available. So let's go to assembly.
Check it out. Headquarters sent us an assembly. And with the right patterns, we can build anything. Or
patterns,
we could
blueprints.
with the latest version. What you're looking at is the extremely finicky 2038 model.
Great.
It'll take time to stress test our patterns, but once we have them, we're good to go.
Assembly projects are how you get access to new or better items and equipment. Each project can unlock new items for XCOM supply, new weapon or armor upgrades, or a variety of other useful things. Agents assigned here decrease the time it takes to complete a project. Illyrium is one of 3 resources Reclamation requires that is spent to complete the projects in the assembly. Okay, so we can construct android personnel. Allows us to use androids on tactical missions and enables new assembly projects. So if someone's wounded, for example, we can use an android to replace them on the next mission. Grants 1 android technical unit, purchasable and supply, unlocks all entry-level assembly projects. So let's begin. I'm guessing it'll take 2 days to do that. You can now select an agent to add to your squad. Critical mission. This mission must be completed today. Alright. The armory is where you manage your agents. Loadout, manage weapons, armor, and other items. Agent abilities, unlock new abilities by promoting agents that have earned enough XP. Agent biography, learn more about the agent's background. Tint armor, change colors on your agent's uniform. Select an agent icon to begin management.
The director convinced the city council we're too understaffed to be effective. This means we can bring more agents to City 31. It's not the whole squad, not yet, but it's something.
Right, so we can unlock a new agent, select one. We've got the memester of the XCOM subreddit, Torque. Roll moving enemies, allies, poison, quotes. Sure, whisper. Can you quote this gesture? How about 2? I don't want to know what kind of gesture that is. Bind. Agent wraps up an enemy, dealing damage and preventing them from acting on their turn. Bound enemies cannot be targeted by XCOM for risk of damaging agent. Free action. Okay, so we can bind enemies, but we can't fire upon them. It's more like a stun of sorts. Tongue pull. Agent shoots out their tongue to grab a unit and pull them into melee range. Can be used on enemies and allies. Some oversized targets cannot be pulled. I might go for the memester. Why not? We've got biographies as well, which is cool. But we'll read it. We'll read them as they come in, right? Otherwise we're just going to be, like, loaded up with biographies.
Whisper.
Are we good?
I don't know. Did you get a lobotomy?
Can't say that I did.
Then no, we aren't good.
Well, at least things are back to normal.
Well, lovely to meet you, Torque. I'm glad you don't have a hissing voice. Let's learn about you. Old world origin, Siberia. Prior to war, hatched at a new Arctic facility in 2020. 0 years old. 2016 to 2034 occupation, so during Advent's occupation. Attached to Advent, learned to target and track down undesirable elements, hunted down resistance groups. 2035 War for Liberation. Actively fought resistance forces and XCOM for the war's duration. 15 years old. Wow, so she was always opposed to XCOM until, I guess, their victory. To present, offered to serve as OP4, opposing force, training for post-war XCOM soldiers in training because, in her own words, detention is boring and this way I can still fight XCOM. Placed under the direct supervision of Colonel Kelly, with whom she formed an unexpected bond. Requested a transfer after Colonel Kelly's promotion to director of the XCOM Reclamation Agency, assigned to Chimera Squad with the director's approval. We've got Godmother. Old World origin, France. Prior to invasion, National Tactical Police officer with a few years of experience. 2015 invasion. Went to ground after the fall of Paris. Spent a fruitless year searching for her family. 23 years old. 2016 to 2034 occupation. Provided operational training to the nascent European resistance groups. Strongly advised against direct resistance, which she learned brought overwhelming reprisal raids. Connected with XCOM proper during its leaner years. Remained a friendly asset as the organization rebuilt itself. In 2032, she developed a formalized tactical training program to screen XCOM recruits. 2035 War for Liberation Field Liaison to Allied resistance groups supporting XCOM, 43 years old. To present, so she's 48 now, modified the XCOM recruit training program to suit the needs of the Reclamation Agency. Joined Chimera Squad provisionally to ensure field-ready status. We got Terminal, Old World origin, China. Prior to invasion, only child of a factory worker and a cook. 2015 invasion, parents died in the initial invasion. Her uncle fled with her to a relocation camp. She was only 4 years old at the time. 2016 to 2034 occupation, after her uncle died of a disease. She was effectively adopted by a doctor who lost her only daughter to the invasion. Transferred with her adoptive mother to a small town in the outskirts. Began apprenticing in her adoptive mother's medical office. After a punitive Advent attack wiped out her town, a resistance group pulled her from the rubble and brought her to safety. She exhibited a severe shift in personality. 2035 War for Liberation, a combat medic for a resistance group. Exhibited absolute fearlessness and saved hundreds of lives. 24 years old, so now she's 29. To present, initially rejected for the Reclamation Agency, but requested regular psionic probes to prove she is fit to serve. Assigned to Chimera Squad after probationary period. Well, you've got a lot to prove, don't you? There, Terminal. We've got Cherub. Old World origin, Estonia. Prior to war, Cherub belonged to the Empty Cohort, a batch of hybrid clones with full Advent training but no Advent indoctrination. 2035 War for Liberation, emerged from his clone creche. Immediately befriended 2 XCOM soldiers. He was 18 physically, but 0 years old. To prison, transferred detention center. Exhaustive testing revealed no Advent sympathies despite being part of the Bellis Mar clone line. Sounds like a very deadly clone line, maybe the latest in Advent tech. Released from detention and recommended as a test case for XCOM utilizing skills of the Empty Cohort. Transferred to the Reclamation Agency after proving his capability. Requested placement in Chimera Squad at first opportunity. Reclamation HQ has observed his enthusiasm improve the morale. His enthusiasm improved the morale of his squad I'm guessing I meant to say improves or improved the morale of his squad on multiple occasions. So he was like born, you know, he's like made for the war and then didn't get to participate in it. They lost before he even hit the ground running. And we got Verge, prior to invasion psionic support for an infiltration unit of thin men. Oh dear. Wow. I could already see him being an annoyance if we ever had to fight him in the other XCOM games. 2015 Invasion actively worked to subvert human governments, experimented with delicate, long-term mental control of human subjects. He was approximately 15 years old. 2016 to 2034 Occupation assigned the long-term control of an influential human who could keep the populace docile with comprehensible, reassuring answers to their questions about aliens. Selected as a candidate for conversion into sectoid infused with human genetic material. Post-conversion exhibited signs of empathy toward the human populace. Quietly began to tip off resistance groups. Wow, okay, so he was already like a mole of sorts within Advent, even though he was a sectoid. Interesting. So the infusion of human genetic material got him empathetic all of a sudden. I see. So he was indoctrinating humans as well. 2035 War for Liberation served as a mole actively aiding resistance groups in XCOM. That's approximately 35. To present spent time in detention camp until XCOM realized his role in the war. Agreed to Reclamation Agency transfer, Director Kelly approved his admission to Chimera Squad. Okay, so he's already a trusted person. He used to work with thin men, so he might be able to help temper down Torque. He was right there. Awesome. Alright, well that's the squad. What else have we got? I can't go there.
Our temporary field office has all the basics. Weapons, comms, and ammunition. Supply is where we request everything else. And as long as it's in the squad's budget, it's ours.
So we got credits we can spend. It's where you buy all your core items and equipment. Items that you unlock from assembly projects become permanently available here too. Awesome. So we can spend money to get flashbangs, Ceasefire Grenade, disables all firearms in a large radius. It's clever design from the XCOM Engineering Corps, disables all firearms. Huh. Interesting. I don't know what is useful and what wouldn't be useful as of yet. We've got money to spend. I don't know if we need to spend it on anything else. Maybe we'll grab one breaching charge, one Ceasefire Grenade. We'll leave the medkit for now. She's idle. Okay. Cool. Let's remove Cherub from duty and get Torque on. There's a critical combat mission target available. Investigate Grey Phoenix. It costs money to... Oh, it's a reward, sorry. I was going to say, man, it costs money to do missions. What if we run out? Difficulty easy, whisper here. I'll keep you updated on any activities requiring our attention. Speaking of which, Grey Phoenix just shot up a micro-mole with plasma weapons. We should look into that, right? I think we should. Let's prepare the APC. XCOM Chimera Squad. We are a go.